He's back. He's back. Voice is still pretty bad. Well, not great. Feeling better. And actually, it's not even that big of a deal. I think it's a bronchitis type thing. Didn't stop me from doing anything. So just, you know, felt crappy and kind of just went into hibernation for a while. But I'm going to try to just come back a little bit here and let you know that everything's good. And let me get this set up here. So we are all good. I may have to turn off the microphone once in a while if I have to cough, but I went to CVS Pharmacy or Minute Clinic yesterday to get some. She calls them pearls. She calls them pearls. There's some kind of benzo something tate. I don't know. And they're supposed to suppress a cough because my worst issue was coughing at night. I just could not and still can't shake that after almost a month. I mean, it's crazy. So Theo recommends I get a chest x-ray, but my normal doctor's he's been filled up. They could move me to another doctor, but the nurse practitioner said, wait a few days, see if it, starts helping you and it starts go away on its own. If not, and you don't improve, then go get the x-ray and stuff. So anyway, I mean, not a big deal. I mean, not life-threatening, nothing crazy. It's just, and it gave me a month off, almost a month off to just relax and not, I've been doing videos and watching videos and stuff since December of 2023, and I really haven't taken a break. So this was kind of like a little break too, where I didn't have to, be on a schedule. Gave me a little break from that, but hopefully I'll get back into the groove here. So we'll see what happens. Gary, how are you? Jacqueline. Hey, Kevin. Scott, you got your ETK1 form? Okay. I'm going to go online today and look because if it's already out there, I'll check it out. Because that's what I'm waiting on for taxes. But I mean, it's not going to be a big K1. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to be a lot of money. But let's see. I just want to get that filed, and I got rid of ET. I think earlier last year, but I will get that one more K1, and then I'm done with them for now. I don't want to have to wait on doing my taxes just because of that. So. Retire Inspired, how you doing? Hey, Rich, how are you? Lynn, how you doing? JNP. Retirement Pantry now. CRTER. What was my nickname for you? Serta Will? Hey, David Donahue, how are you? How did your plan N work for you? In what regards? I'll tell you one thing I can tell you, Gary. I got a bill last year, which I never paid from getting blood or something. I don't know. It was like $600. And they kept telling me I had to pay it. So I kept responding back to them. It was Quest. You guys probably heard of Quest Diagnostics or something. And I basically said, hey, look, I'm not paying this. I have Plan N. My Plan N is like $257 is my max I have to pay. That was for last year. And they said, no, your insurance company, there's nothing on file. And I'm like, just stop. And I called Cigna, who they are now Wellspring. But I called Cigna and I said, hey, I got this problem. This lady not only listened to everything I had to say, she put me on hold while she called Quest. She couldn't get a hold of them, which I couldn't get a hold of them too. We were emailing back and forth. She finally then responded back to me the next day saying she got it taken care of. So I'll tell you what, Cigna or Wellspring Plan End worked out really good for me so far. I mean, their customer service, I should say, was top notch. Bruns Tucky, hey Daniel. So you go and look for any Meteor chunks? I hear there's a lot of people looking for Meteor chunks out there. Thank you, retired and loving it. I appreciate you. Good to see you and wishing you well. Yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hi, Sherry. Hey, Dean. Yeah, that's right. You're retired now, so you have time, right? And that's what I did that one video how, now you could be sick and cuz I tell you what I had is not, detrimental to life or anything. It was just like bronchitis and I functioned. I didn't miss anything. I did all my normal stuff and it's just that I was ugh, you know, and wasn't smiling as much. But in if I was still working, I would have went to work feeling like this. And I tell you what, to have to be able to sleep or be able to sleep in and not have to think about going to work. My earliest day was Monday. I got up at 5:30 in the morning to go help out a shift on dogs. So I did back to back shifts, and that was it. I mean, that kind of wiped me out too. So I came home and I was like, oh, I need to take a nap. Um, but other than that, not too bad. It really was. It's just aggravating, I guess would be the word to use. Aggravating, an aggravating illness, but nothing, detrimental. So, hey, Jim, how you doing? You use TurboTax? Yeah, I use TurboTax too. And if I'm coughing or doing anything, I apologize in advance. That's why I haven't been doing lives or videos because I'm either coughing or you know using my throat and everything else. So I haven't been doing anything. I just did that one video the other day, and then I still do my dog shorts, but right after I'm doing that, I'm coughing. So try to hold it in. Yeah, Turbo. I use TurboTax too, but like me and Scott, we have a stock called Energy Transfer (ET), and ET gives you a K1, and unfortunately, they don't give it to you till like the end of March. So you have to wait to get that K1, and then technically you can report your taxes then. Um, and so that's what me and Scott have been waiting for. And he says he had to call to get his. I thought it wasn't going to come till the end of the month, so I wasn't really looking for it. But I'll go now that Scott checked it out. I'm gonna go out and look and go to their website and see if I could find it, or on my E-Trade account, I should be able to get it now. Very, very familiar with Quest. Yeah, I just was surprised that, in my email and back and forth with Quest, it was like, how could you say I don't have insurance? I mean, come on. Here's my number. I gave them the number and everything else. No, you don't have it. Like they didn't even try. It's, that was just so disappointing to me. But again, Cigna, who is now Wellspring, they did a good job for me. Retired 3 months, water heater leaking. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, Dean, that was my thing with the water heater. I said it was so old, I had to replace it. But then I got into that electrical stuff, and that was 5 grand, and I'm like, the water heater can wait a little bit longer. No, it couldn't. It started leaking, and that was a pain in the butt because even though, we have a basement, and it went to the sump pump, so they got the basement cement leveled so that mostly anything would go towards the sump pump, and which is covered, but the water can sneak under the cover I have. And but it was still a pain because there was stuff we had on the floor. We had some cardboard stuff, and I had some tools in boxes under a workbench, and all that stuff. I had to vacuum that out with the shop vac, and it was just a pain in the ass. And then then we didn't have hot water for a little while, so but whatever, it got fixed. So, but yeah, it's like I had a premonition I had to get that fixed. And that's why I'm worried about my HVAC. I mean, this winter's been brutal and it's held up really, really well, but I keep it clean. I mean, I change the filters every 3 months. I vacuum it out. And the brain went, and the igniter I thought went, but it wasn't the igniter, it was the brain. But I cleaned the igniter. Actually, I put a new one in. Um, the flame, not the igniter, but the flame sensor. Get the terminology right. So I'm hoping I can get a few more years out of it. But man, I tell you what, and this lately, uh, just like a street away from me, they've gotten 12 power trucks sitting on the street because we had the 77-mile-an-hour winds, and it knocked out power all over this area. And those trucks came up from Georgia. That's how bad it is around here. Luckily, we didn't lose power, because some of these people, and it's been hot and cold, like today, it's like, or last night went down to 20 degrees or something. These people have been out of power for 4 days. And they're working hard on it, but we had so many down trees, and just been a crazy spring. No tornadoes, just high winds. Hey, Paula, was a slow recovery for you? Yeah, I've had bronchitis before. I just don't remember it lasting as long as this one has. And but the older we get, it seems as if we don't heal as fast. I used up all my allowable sick days. Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, but you could tell by my voice, I'm still not there yet. But I wanted to just come on, for a little while, and at least tell you I'm alive and everything else. Green Bay, my wife and I love your channel. Been retired for 2 months. Well, congratulations to you, Andy. Appreciate you being here. That's really nice. Hey, 280 zone. I know, 100 degrees in out there in your Arizona, because my brother, his wife, and I think the one daughter is going out there with her husband and child. Uh, they're watching the Cleveland Guardians spring training, and I think they were sitting at the pool. I think they said it was 104. Then they came from the Washington area, so they drove and they left with 30 degrees. They ended up at 104. It's like, wow, that's like night and day. Your water heater started leaking too. Yep, got to get it replaced. I mean, it's a pain in the butt, but better to. I think it's better to, preempt it, or how do they say that? It's better to just, if it gets to like 10, 12, 14 years old, it's just better to replace it, so you don't have to think about it for the next 10 to 12 years. That was my plan. That was my original plan, and I would have done that, except, like I said, the electrical, when I opened the bathroom walls and I saw the knob and tube in there, 1963 house, but it had knob and tube. And from what I hear, you can't legally put drywall back up over knob and tube. That's what I heard. I don't know what the NEC code is, but I said, hey, let's just get it all done right. And we changed out our panel, got a new pole outside here. So we did the whole 9 yards for $5,000. So I was happy with that, and now I don't have to ever screw around with that stuff again. Got a couple extra circuits that we could use with the new box. So it all worked out good, but I didn't want to spend another 2,000 on the water heater installation. And yes, I could do it myself, but our piping was kind of screwed up, and since it failed, I didn't want to screw around and then wait another 5 days, or I don't know. I just called the local plumber, who's really good, and they had it. They ordered it and got it in the next day or something, and so I was good. But yeah, it's better to be safe than sorry and get that thing done if you can ahead of time before it breaks. Thank you, Patricia. Flu B going around here. Grandkids. Yeah, I saw a post on I think 2 weeks ago. A teacher from the community posted that because somebody asked if the flu was going around, and she said that every flu that you could think of is going around right now, which I thought was kind of funny. So yeah, all the kids are getting it now. Past weekend we got a foot of snow. Yeah, there's a lot of you people got a lot of areas got some heavy snow. I was just glad we didn't get any. We got I could see on my garage out the window here. We got a dusting. And that's why when the meteor came yesterday, I was asleep. It was 9 a.m. I was still asleep and I heard what sounded like a snowplow. It was like the grinding of the blade on the road. And it's just like this grinding noise, like, and it was a strange noise, but in my half sleep, it was like, okay, well, that's got to be the snowplow. And I went back to sleep, and then I think I got up a half hour later or something like that, and I got up and I uh, heard about the meteor, and I'm looking outside, and I'm like, man, there's not even enough snow for the snowplow to come by. So that the wife's telling me that, oh yeah, it sounded like almost like an earthquake type thing. It was like rattling, and I said, yeah, I think I heard it, but I thought it was a snowplow, and I went back to sleep. So there's a bunch of people looking for meteor fragments. About a half hour from me is where I guess it broke up. So yeah, that was kind of cool. 5 months retired federal employee. My retirement still has not been processed. No pension and paying benefits out of pocket. Takes a lot of the thrill out of the. Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's just when you get into red tape and everything, and I don't know how it is on all that federal stuff, but just the red tape and the bureaucracy and the you know sorry that you're going through that. That's all I can say. Tip on 20 when you were allowed 1,000 single and 2,000 joint for charitable money outside the regular deductions. If you do standard deduction new for 2026, you're allowed 1,000 and 2,000. Okay. Yeah, I let TurboTax do all that stuff. So, and normally with the standard deduction, I don't think it takes it. Charitable donations don't matter if I'm saying this right, because if you take the standard deduction, it's what is it this year for a married couple? I think it's 36, and then with us, we're getting the 12,000 extra to the standard deduction. Plus, I think it's another 1,200 or something. I forget, for being over 65. I don't know. There's a whole lot of stuff in there, and I don't know if charitable contributions actually equate to anything. Um, if unless you're not taking the standard deduction. But I'm not a tax guy, as you could tell. Hey Sherry, how are you? We found one that came out yesterday to install 900. Wow, 900. Yeah, I paid 2,000. I got a 50-gallon gas. I don't know if yours is a 40 electric or a 50 electric or what you did, but $900, that's a pretty good deal. Nothing pleases me more than great customer service. TRICARE representatives did a three-way call with me. Oh, that's good. Yeah, telling you that you don't have health insurance, right? Wow. Hot water on demand unit are the best if you could afford it. Yeah, Jim, I uh there's a couple people that have told me that one guy did his own, and even my plumber said he had one, but he had problems with it, but he was going to get a new one. And he said the only problem is a lot of them don't stock the parts, and it takes days to get the parts. So he knows what goes wrong with them. So he was going to stock some parts at home on the shelf. And we just had a brief conversation about it. when we were talking about my water heater, and he said, yeah, the cost. He was giving me the cost, and I said, hey, just for me and my wife, I'm fine with doing it the way we've been doing it all of our life. So, uh, um, no sense changing now. But yeah, he said there's sometimes if something does go wrong on 'em, and you have to do some maintenance on them and stuff, but nothing, no big deal. But he's just said if something does go wrong, a lot of those places, he was saying, don't stock the parts. They have to get them. So I don't know. I'm too much of what he said just made me say, okay, just keep going with what we've been doing for all our life. My drain is 1 foot from my water heater. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Put in new furnace and AC in December, but I already had that money set aside. Yeah, yeah. Expensive first 3 months of retirement. But those are things you're not going to have to do, probably not have to do again. Um, cross your fingers that water heaters. Now they keep telling me water heaters are junk now, because mine was what, she's 18, 20 years old or something. Um, I mean, it was a lasted a long, long time. They said they don't make them like that anymore. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. But hey, if I can get 10 to 12 years out of it. So see, I put it in when I was 65, 75. I'll be 77 when we have to do it again. We'll see. We'll see. Glad you're feeling better. I've been sick a lot in the last year, but I think that was from the granddaughter. Yeah. Yeah, the kids bring all kinds of stuff in. COVID 26. Yeah, kids bring in all kinds of stuff. That's the problem. We can only hope our appliances outlive us. That's right. Hey, Mike's retirement corner. How you doing? Posted my comment and it disappears. I did see that, and I'm not deleting it. Hey, YouTube is just really weird anymore. You were smart to do your electric. It would cost a lot more. Yeah, I mean, I got I think I got a discount from we got actually Captain Billy knows somebody. His I think it was somebody in his family knew somebody, and long story short, they supposedly gave me a discount. So I really didn't shop it out to different. I called another guy, and he was booked out like 6 weeks, and I wanted to get this done, fairly quickly. So when I called this other guy who was supposed to give me a discount, he was, sounded reasonable. I used to be an old CEI, Cleveland Electric Illuminating Company lineman. So he's dealt with these poles and he's dealt with electric almost all his life. So I thought, hey, he's got the qualifications. They actually have a warranty, um, a 5-year warranty, I believe, on their equipment and their stuff, their installation. And I haven't seen that anywhere else. So I thought, okay, they sound reasonable. So I think getting that done and not having to worry about that um, really helped out. Thank you, Pam. I changed to all comments instead of top comments. Yeah, that's what I had to do too. I always have to, you guys always have to remind me. And make sure you show any overtime because you're not taxed on that. Yeah, but I didn't have any overtime this year. But you're right. Best life over 60. How are you? It's good to be back. Still getting with the voice and everything else, but you know, and the other thing is it's for me, and I don't know about you guys. I need a haircut too. I can see that my hair's sticking out, and I haven't gone to the. I don't want to sit in the chair and cough and hack and stuff like that. So I've been putting off doing the haircut. I actually had the dog shears out, and I don't have a dog, but I had the dog shears out, and I was like, "Ooh, if I set this on number 2, I can just kind of." And then I said, "You know what? That could get ugly though." So I'm still thinking about cutting it myself. But yeah, I'm still. What I was saying was, for me, when I get sick, and just like I don't know, maybe all guys don't do this, but I get like crabby. I just sort of get like, okay, I stay within myself and I'm like, okay, nobody bothered me, nobody talked to me. I don't want to talk to anybody. You just feel kind of like, because you're just, you know. So I just needed to break out of that, which, and like when I walk dogs, I don't deal with that many people. I'm either cleaning the cages or out walking the dog. So I don't, even though we have 7 or 8 people on our shift, I don't really deal with them that much. So I can get away with not talking too much. Um, I mean, it's not like a little gossip section or anything. We're there to do our job and get out. So um, I was able to keep doing that. The way to get water heaters to last is, yeah, the rod, yes. Yeah, and I made sure that, Greg, I made sure on mine that when I had them order it, I said I wanted to make sure that the where you open that to get that rod out, I wanted to make sure that that was accessible to me. And when he installed it, because in my basement I have um, like a certain part of the area's got a little bit lower ceiling, and I said, hey, make sure you turn the tank enough that this thing will come out. Um, And then I've been playing around with the idea of talking to a couple people, and I don't need it yet because it's pretty much brand new. They have the electric ones now. Um, they're only like this big, and there some electricity goes to it, and that's the newfangled thing. Now, I'm not saying to get that. I'm saying I'm going to keep an eye on it and see if that's something in the next 3 to 4 years that I might replace it with. I don't know. Hey, Larry. Got a lot of things happening in my life getting ready for spring. Had to plow the last couple of days, but how you doing? I'm getting there, Larry. I've been having this bronchitis and this crap going on. Can't sleep because I'm coughing. I finally got some what the lady called uh, pearls. They're benzotate or something, benzotate or I don't know what it is. Supposed to take 3 of those a day to help with the coughing. I'm only going to take them at night, and then I'm using my Mucinex during the day. Got to drink a lot of water. Um, but this thing's been holding on for 26 days or something, which is really weird. I've never had one last that long, but I know the older you get, it seems that you heal slower. And that's just my take on it. I don't know if that's true or not. You should have a tankless water heater flushed every year. It makes a difference. Yeah, I know there's some maintenance on the tankless ones. Yes. Yeah, Kathleen, how are you doing? My gas insert, my fireplace died during the 2 week sub-zero. Oh boy. Stretch up here, bad pilot, but the unit is 25 years old. Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of horror stories going on with this past winter here. It was rough. Based on the book above your right shoulder, are you a sea glass collector? Well, when we go to the beach, we do pick up shells. We do pick up sea glass if we can find it. We went to the Outer Banks some years ago, and Ocracoke Island. The shells are a lot better at Ocracoke because during on the Hatteras, you got to be up awful early to get the shells because there's people out there collecting them at 4 o'clock in the morning with a flashlight. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, if we even Lake Erie, as we go down to the beach at Lake Erie, um, we'll pick up glass and we'll just collect it all and put it in. Sometimes I'll put it in a mason jar or a little baby jar and just collect it up. So yeah, we do that. Yeah, I'm finally getting healthy again now. My son is 14. Between law enforcement, medical field, and school, we're always sick. Oh yeah, your husband would have a lot, right? Yes, yeah. Um, Well, I hope you're feeling better. Yeah, your son's dragging home all kinds of germs, all over the place. So I'm a big baby when I'm sick, so I'm glad you have to force myself to work. That's right. Glad everything is good. Yeah, it is. We're getting there. I mean, I you can hear it. Still got that, but and it's been lasting so long. I just can't believe it. That's why I was afraid to try to do an hour talk without coughing. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do a Wednesday or Saturday and do an hour without hacking like crazy. So I didn't want you guys to be subject to that. So today was the first day where I thought, okay, I could probably get through an hour without, too bad. And if I do, I'll turn off the microphone if I get a coughing spell. Papa, how are you? Yes, tropical. You're right. So you have to have like I don't know if it's a 32 millimeter socket or something. There's a special socket, and then that's why you shouldn't wait too long. Uh, you know, for the cost of them, maybe replacing them every 5 years, like you were saying. Maybe that would be a good thing instead of waiting 7, 8, 9 years or something like that. I never changed mine. 20 years old or 18 years old, water heater. I never changed it, and I almost said I wanted to cut it open just to see what it looked like and try to pull that thing out. And but the kid was trying to hustle and get everything done, so I didn't force him to do that. And I wanted him to take it away because he would have let me keep it and do what I want with it. But I'm like, no, 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 just take it away, take it away. Hey, Kaz, how are you? Yeah, I'm glad I'm getting better too. Gary, I've cut my own hair for 15 years. I just cut it off short. I've saved probably yes. Hey Deb. Yeah, I want to try. Do you use the shears or what do you use? Because I don't have much hair, but you could see like it's growing, it's just growing really long around here. And I've wanted, like I said, I wanted to go to the barber, but the problem with that is, and this is why I want to cut my own, is because they charge $25 now, or $20 on the tip, but it's $25. And I just tell her, she goes, well, how do you want to cut? And this is the same barber shop that I've gone to since I was 5 years old. Um, the owner retired, but his son runs it now. And they got this one lady, Barb the barber. And she says, how do you want it? And I say like a number 2 or number 1 or something like that. And then she takes the sheep shears and she goes, zzz, 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 and in 2 minutes she's done for $25. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. Maybe. It might not look as good as hers, but I could probably do that. And Deb, King Wicked One, going through the car wash. Yeah, I actually had the hose out. I just sprayed off because when it rained, we had 70-degree day. It rained, and then they brought some dirt down, and then I just took the hose and I didn't even wash the car. I just sprinkled it off, and now we're at I think 20 degrees, or we were at 20 degrees yesterday or something like that. It was crazy. And now we're gonna. I think this week we're gonna be into the 40s, so still pretty cold. The coughs always lingers, and trying to sleep at night is always the hardest. I had to get my medicated cough syrup to sleep, and it helped a lot. Yeah, I'm drinking my tea. I just got the regular black tea. Uh, I actually put it in the Keurig. I got those little cups. I know they're expensive, and I do have regular tea bags, and I do have a kettle that I can heat up. But today I just choose because I'm lazy. I didn't want to wait the 5 minutes for the kettle to warm up. I just used the K cup tea. I do that in emergency. Other times I do have green tea, and I actually like. I used to drink a lot. I don't think we have any left. White tea. White tea was pretty good. I used to drink that a lot. The red tea, or black tea, I should say, um, it's a little bit. Sometimes it's like strong, too strong. So I do like the green and the white. I think I think tea's good for you. Bronchitis. I used to have it a lot. Trouble when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm getting there. Like I said, I'm getting there. 6 weeks of coughing. Yeah, that's Kaz. I went to the CVS Minute Clinic yesterday because my doctor's booked up. Then they wanted to send me to another doctor because Theo said to get a chest X-ray. So nobody does it on site. You have to go to a different place. And so I just wanted them to, I was like, can't the doctor just give me a prescription? No, he has to see you. I said, okay, I understand, whatever. So she said, well, the Minute Clinic should be able to, or urgent care should be able to write you a prescription to get your X-ray. And I said, okay. So I go to CVS. They give me they call pearls or benzoate or something like that. Supposed to take 3 of those a day to help with the cough, the tickling. It suppresses the nerve or something that causes your coughing. And I said, well, can I have a prescription to go get an X-ray? Oh, I don't give out prescriptions for something like that. And I'm like, oh, yeah, my doctor thought you might. Their office thought you might. No, we don't do that. Okay, whatever. So I'm back to square one. So if it doesn't get better in the next 3 to 4 or 5 days, I'll probably just go to my regular doctor and get that X-ray like Theo is suggesting that I do. And Theo's a doctor in Arkansas. He's on our channel. Good, he's a good friend and super doctor, I guess. From what I've looked him up, he's top notch. I bet you're having an allergic reaction to something. I don't know. I also thought, because I handle, if you guys watch my videos of walking dogs, I also handle Giardia dogs. And Giardia, people can catch Giardia. They say it's rare. And I don't even know the symptoms. I looked it up once and I've forgotten. But I believe that people can catch that. And I wonder if I got Giardia in some way, shape, or form. But I haven't brought it up to anybody. So get this thing. The light's weird. And I don't have my other light on. That's why. I cut my own hair since the pandemic. Just bought a deluxe kit on Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, I got some kind of kit, but it was supposed to be for the dog. I'll have to look around and see what they got. How much that cost you, Scott? I used to get bronchitis almost every spring, but cough syrup with codeine. Yeah, I see. I'm not a big medicine person. Mrs. Buzz always says, "Why are you suffering? Why are you suffering? Take this." I don't like to take stuff. I don't even rarely take ibuprofen or acetaminophen or any of that, aspirin or anything like that. I just don't take that stuff. I don't know why. I just have an aversion to it. And I don't know why. I have no real clear answer to why. I just don't. So I suffer. But I did start using the Mucinex, and we had a bottle left over. It expired 4 years ago, and I started taking that. And then yesterday, I said, man, maybe I should get a new bottle, and I'll try that out. But the Mucinex, the one I bought, and the little pills that I'm taking are sort of, according to ChatGPT, are kind of the same thing. So I don't want to mix them. So I'm figuring out my strategy of what to take. Right now, I'm just taking those little pills and holding off on the Mucinex. Every spring, sea glassing is probably good for, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be out there today. It's too darn cold. Way too cold. Yeah, they got the crud lasted a month or more. But like I said, it's just more of an inconvenience. It's not like I haven't got the flu. I haven't got anything like that that's really knocked me down or made me sit in the bathroom all day. I haven't got that, knock wood. This is just to me, a minor inconvenience, but inconvenient nonetheless. But in the grand scheme of things, it's really nothing to whine about, even though I do sometimes. Good to see you back. It's cold in Connecticut too. We had rain, winds, and freezing temps this AM. We had it all this morning, huh? I always like to get in the shower. I hate when the cough does not stop. Yeah, I can cough. I don't care. But at night, like when I'm laying down, it feels like there's liquid in my chest. And I'll turn this way and it'll start to cough. I'll turn this way, I'll start to cough. And I actually have to sit up. Just then I'm dizzy, you know. So yeah, anyway, it's just crazy. Oh, if your mouth gets very dry at night and the bacteria from your mouth can go in your lungs. Yes, that's probably true. Now we do have a humidifier, whole house humidifier on our furnace, but I don't think it really takes or brings up the humidity enough. Um, I should probably look at doing something like that. I think we have one, um, but I haven't done that yet. I just figured that every day I would get better, and it's just not. I keep waiting and waiting, and it's just not getting better. But you're right, Scott. Hi, Buzz from the Badlands of Graham, North Carolina, where the buffalo roam and the mesquite grows. Well, how are you? My water heater's 13. I'm scared to try and remove the. Yeah, I think 13 years old, you might want to just change the whole thing out. You're living on borrowed time, possibly. Your headlights. Hey, old radio dude, how are you? Buzz is better, but now he's in hot water again. Costs more for my dog's haircut than a person. Yeah, that's they get you pretty good on that. Hey Keith, you knew something was up. Yeah. Yeah, I just wasn't I was one of those guys for the last 30 days or 20 days, whatever it was. I was one of them get off my lawn guys. That's how I just, I just, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to do anything, just put my head down and did what I had to do and worked on a lot of projects and coughed and worked on a project and coughed. And I still haven't got my seeds in yet. I got to plant my seeds today. I brought my stuff in. I got all my seeds laid out. I got everything ready. Dana, if you're listening, I know you got your sprouts already coming up, but I've got to get those planted in my little cups today, get them under the grow light, um, and hopefully that'll get going. So I got, I think, 7 different types of tomatoes. Um, and then I got some like cucumbers, which I won't plant. I'll just plant those in the garden when it's time. But I think we need another month or more before I can even get into the garden to plant them. So we'll see what happens. $25 for my haircut, and she's always telling me she's broke. And I think this barbershop I go to, they raised their price pretty high um, lately. No, Mrs. Buzz refuses to cut my hair because she thinks that I will complain. I make them use scissors, so I feel like I'm getting my money's worth, right? I use a wall electric to cut my hair, usually a number one. Same as you, it was $20 plus tip, and it took 5 minutes. Yeah, yeah, I think that's what I have. I have a wall, WAHL, and it has different numbers, but you have a number one. Okay, because I can't. I should have brought it in with me, but yeah, I started to look at it, and I'm like, I was this close to doing it, but I figured what I'll do is I'll wait for a warm day and I'll get outside and I'll, plug it into the extension cord and then just mess with it outside and we'll see what happens. So I don't get the hair all over the house and stuff. I'll just do it outside. It could be an interesting experiment. My husband does that, uses a clipper and cuts it all off, easy peasy. Yeah, I might have to do that. Anything plumbing related, I go to Menyark, 63rd and Lorraine. Oh, I haven't heard of them. Oh, well, I have heard of them, but I didn't know they were on 63rd and Lorraine. Okay. Huh. Because my son-in-law and daughter live on West 50th off Lorraine. So it's really not So if I made a left off of Denison, well, not Denison, but yeah, if I made a left instead of a right, I could probably run into that place. Did you catch the meteor? Yes, I was telling at the beginning of the show here that I thought it was a snowplow because it came out at 9 o'clock in the morning and I was still sleeping. And we had some snow, and I couldn't see out the window. I was laying in bed, but I heard what sounded like a snowplow, but it sounded weird, like the scraping of the blade on the road. It was just a grinding noise, like, grrr. And I thought, oh, snowplow, and didn't think much of it. Did sound a little different, but I didn't think much of it. Um, and then when I got up, I think about half hour, 40 minutes later, the wife says, "Hey, did you hear the earthquake?" And I said, "Earthquake?" Well, I checked my phone, and oh no, they said it was a meteor. She goes, "A meteor?" And I said, "Yeah." And it's actually landed, broke up, I should say, broke up about a half hour from me, 40 minutes, in Medina County, all the way up to Rittman. So yeah, kind of crazy. There's a bunch of people out there trying to find fragments now. Yeah, she won't. Yeah, she won't cut my hair. Best life over 60. Hey, middle age grind. How are you? Yeah, Jennifer, hanging in there. Breathe easy. That's a T. Huh. What is your gas prices up there? I haven't been out to check. I mean, I could probably look at the app for Costco and Sam's Club. I think last I saw was 350 or 348 or 352 or something like that. But that was a couple days ago, so it could have went up since then. I cut my own hair. I cut my husband's too. He isn't picky. Yeah, I'm not that picky anymore either because most of the time I'm wearing a hat. Um, Especially in the wintertime and fall, spring, where the head gets a little cold. I'm always wearing a hat or something. So, but I do got to get this cut. It's getting ridiculous. You still have your dad's wall electric clippers from the 60s. Oh boy. To scalp you. Yeah. That's funny. Consider allergy. I can consider it, but I don't know. I don't know. Like allergy to what? Um, Not saying you're wrong. I would never rule anything out. Um, but I don't know what I could be allergic to. Those pearls do work if you take them. Yeah, I'm supposed to take 3 a day. I took one today already. Probably take one a little bit later in the afternoon, and then right about an hour before I go to bed, I think is the best. And I just got them yesterday, so I tried that route yesterday, and I coughed a few times. I don't expect miracles, but hopefully, as I continue on and get better, we'll see. Isn't Giardia an intestinal problem? It could be. That's why I said you're allergic to snow. That could be. Like I said, I looked it up once, and um, where basically it said that humans getting it is rare or not common, very uncommon. So I just kind of blew it off and just didn't pay attention to it anymore. Um, but yeah, so I don't know. It could be an intestinal issue, right? And that's basically only if you're um, connected with their feces and you're handling it. I use most of the time I'll use gloves when I'm walking not a walking, but when I take a Giardia dog to the pen. But I've not had a Giardia dog do number two. So, but once you do that, then you have to pick it up. And I have the gloves, pick it up with the bag, and then we take hot water. That's supposed to be what we're supposed to do. Is we take hot water and then we sprinkle the area with hot water. Now, does that kill it? Me personally, I don't think so, but that's what they got us doing. So I let my bond credits turned into pneumonia. Oh boy. Yeah, well, she said If this doesn't, the nurse practitioner that I went to at CVS said if it doesn't improve, and I feel like I improve daily, but like 1%, like 1 or 2%, I feel better each day. But then, like a couple days go by, and then I feel like I regressed. So I'm not sure which way I'm going right now. See if your doctor's office has a PA. Usually, you can get in sooner. They, Greg, that's a good point, but they actually told me I could go tomorrow to a different doctor in the same group, which who cares, you know? But then, like I said, I went to CVS yesterday, and they said wait 3 or 4 days, see if these pearls help you, and see if you start to get better. If not, then go to your doctor so you can get an X-ray and maybe get some antibiotics or steroids, whatever it's going to be. So we'll see. We'll probably let you guys know by Saturday which direction I'm going. If you have Giardia, you know it. Believe me. We foster cats and they can get it too. Yeah. Well, I mean, what I do is, like I said, if as soon as I walk a Giardia dog, I go back in and they have areas where you can wash up, and so I use soap and water, and I wash for a good 30 seconds or so, and then I put in the um, hand thing, do that whole bit, so um, I think I've protected myself well, but I don't, like I said, I don't know how catchy it is. So what is blooming in your area? Allergic to maple trees? I don't know. I don't know what's blooming right now. Everything's still pretty dead. I don't think there's anything blooming. Driving into work. Hey, you got to keep the city water flowing. Cartoon Mark, nice to see you. I did not take a lot of drugs for things either. Wife says, why suffer? The issue is the drug fixes one thing it creates. Yeah, I just not a, I think your body starts to get used to them. And I don't know. The less, the less medications, the less science in my body, the better is the way I look at it. Hey, Slim, how you doing? A wall clipper set for $40. Okay. I'm going to see what I have over here and see if it'll work. I see that they still sell the Floby. I know. I was thinking about that the other day because people were talking about that on a live we did, I think during the summer. They were talking about Flobies. And I think that's where the vacuum, it sucks it up and then it cuts your hair. I don't know. If it was really good, you'd see them on the market everywhere, and I don't see them anywhere. So that is danger. I went to urgent care, got an antibiotic to help kick the infection. Well, I'll just do what the doctor says. I mean, if it's just the thing is, it's been so long. If it was a couple weeks, you know, 15, 16 days, but it just keeps dragging, and I don't feel that I'm getting better fast enough. That's my issue right now. Yeah, get a buzz cut. That's right. I knew a lady that charged 75 cut your dog's hair. You know, they have those mobile units that go around, and because people don't want to take their dog into the wherever, and PetSmart's a big one where people are taking them in there. But they have the mobile units. I tell you what, if I was, I mean, that's something I wouldn't mind doing if I was, starting all over again, and be a nice little business. People treat their dogs like, as you guys know, they treat their dogs like kings and queens, So sometimes their money is no object, and they'll just call up, oh, it's $100. Oh, okay, here's $100. Um, Other people like me, I'll cut the. That's why I have the clipper set, because I was clipping my own dog's hair. I got a haircut last summer. It's about time. Yeah, I think it's been about 3 or 4 months for me. It doesn't grow that fast anymore. Did you personally know the folks in your area that had the shooting incident? No, I did not. So yeah, yesterday not only did we have the asteroid or meteor, we had Bigfoot sightings near us. Like it's different counties pretty close to us. They're seeing Bigfoot now. I don't know. And we also had, power outages. I had a bunch of trucks down the street. They came up from Georgia. That's how bad it is around here. We had 77-mile-an-hour winds, 85 miles an hour at Burke Lakefront Airport by the Brown Stadium. They clocked at 85. This was a few days ago. And people have been out of power for 4 days. Luckily, we didn't have any issues with our power. Because it's like I could walk to where their power's out. That's how close they are. But different area, subdivision, whatever you want to call it. So we must not be, obviously not on the same lines. But yeah, then I'm looking at Facebook, and of course, all the people on Facebook got a yap, and the community posts, and down at the end of my street, and my street's probably 2 miles long. Yeah, probably about 2 miles long. So at the far end, the north end, there's a house that's on the corner. And I'm reading this Facebook post, and they said that, early in the morning, there was a shooting there. And I guess they've been having all kinds of domestic problems there. And the wife evidently shot the husband through the chest with a shotgun. And I mean, in our community to have something like that, and that's the neighboring community, but still, we're like in the top 5 safest cities in all of Ohio. And, to have something like that happen, I mean, it happens everywhere. But, with the Meteor, the shooting, the power's out, the hot, cold, Bigfoot, it was kind of an interesting, I shouldn't laugh because it's not funny that, guy, I think he died. I'm not sure. That's not funny, but it was just a crazy day yesterday. But no, I didn't personally know them. No. Great clips, says a 12. Hey, Ryan, I was just telling Mrs. Buzz that because there's a great clips up the not far from me. And I was thinking about running in there. I'm going to look that up. I might do that. I used to always get my hair cut at places like that. And then when I was in Akron, I got my hair cut. There was a local person in the shop that did it, licensed person, but they would do that. And they cut a few people's hair here and there. And so then that was like for a decade, I got those haircuts at the shop. Well, then after I retired, I went back to Bill's barber shop, and the son's running it, and started getting it cut there. Cause like I said, I was, getting a cut there at 5 years old. It's kind of a nostalgic type thing, same chairs, the same windows, basically same decorations around. Still got the old Pepsi machine. It doesn't work, but it's the old 1960s Pepsi machine. Just kind of cool. It's like stepping back into time. So I like doing that. And but they're closed today. It's Wednesday. But after give me a couple more days, if I don't cough while I'm getting a haircut, I might try Great Clips. I'm going to check it out. Cut your own hair on a live. I could probably do that. We started cutting each other's hair the pandemic, and we got good enough that we never stopped. Good. That's just some money savings. But again, this is a small business. Bill's Barbershop, he's a small business. If I'm going to give money to somebody, I would rather it go to a small business than a chain. You know what I mean? That's just how I think about it. Because so many, they've been in business for 60 years. Last year, I think they hit their 60-year mark. So they're going to 61 years this year. And you hate to see shops like that close down because there's just not many that have been around for that long. And it'd be a shame to see them close up shop. So I'd like to keep going there and try to keep them going, 389, 309, 350. Yeah, Lakewood 350. Yeah. Well, Southern California, the issue is you have so many taxes associated with your gas prices. So even even when we were paying two, what did I say it was, 216, 224. I think at Sam's Club we got down to 224 or something like that. California was still paying, some high prices because you got so many taxes associated with it. Now, most states tax, gas. There's always a little element of tax involved, but I think uh, the coast over there, they put a lot of taxes, gas taxes on there. 491. Yep. Vertical and breathing. Yep. Vertical and breathing. Hey, Dan. Thanks for being here. Get Go is 343. Yeah, 480 in Spokane, 520 in Seattle. Seattle's the big one because if you look, they have, and I actually did one time. I said, give me the breakdown of like why their prices are so much higher. And they show how much tax is attributed to different things. And that's part of their revenue. So maybe your property taxes are lower. They use it's all basically one bundle, how they could lower your taxes on gas and then increase somewhere else. That's how everybody does it, right? Just like in Ohio, supposedly on the November ballot, they're going to try to eliminate property taxes, and I'm like, okay, great, let's eliminate property taxes. Now, how are they going to get their money? Because they're not going to just say, oh, we don't need the property tax money. No, they're going to come up with something else. Either our gas taxes, we're going to be like California, or we're going to get sales taxes, which are going to be 15 to 20%. Or they're going to get their revenue. I mean, it's not like you can't just say no property taxes and we're good with that. It's just, I mean, anybody who thinks that can happen is, man, they're smoking something. I can tell you that right now. Don't drink out of the Giardia dogs. Yeah, I try not to. I try not to. Costco has a clipper set. Huh. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Starting to work out. Yeah, I looked at one of your, I don't know if you answered me, but I looked at one of your shorts that you did. I don't know when you did it, but I didn't see a date on it. But the people behind you, you were up on the bar doing your exercises, and the people behind you looked like they were floating off the ground. Were they stepping on something, or it looked really weird? It looks like almost AI generated. So I'm thinking maybe Bill's doing all this AI stuff and he's sitting on a couch and then posting AI of him exercising. I'm kidding you, Bill. I know you were there. Just Mike's take. How you doing? Paid 539. Yeah. Your hometown got hit bad. Hey, Dan, how you doing? Don Ray. Yeah, I know you don't believe in cutting hair. I know that. 18 for seniors, and I gave her 20. Oh, well, I'm going to see if they have that special. If you like the shop and you want to keep supporting, yeah, Gary, I don't know. I'll see. I mean, if I'm getting my haircut every 3 months, $25 is not a big deal. Every 3 months or 4 months, I mean, it's not a big deal. Is there income tax in Ohio? Yes, in Ohio, Perry says. But they don't tax Social Security, right? Yeah, I think, right? We're one of the states that doesn't tax Social Security. I think there's only a few states left that do, maybe 5 or 6. Special blend of gas, and it's only refined in the state. Ah. Yeah, I was just saying, Scott, I was saying, it's when the prices were like 224 or something like that. I'm like, man, I drove all those years paying 3 something because I remember before I took the last job that I had for 19 years, I remember when it first hit $2 a gallon. And I was freaking out. I was like, $2? Are you kidding me? Because they were doing $1.97, $1.98, $1.99 for so long. When was that? 2003 or 2004, I want to say. And it hit the $2 mark. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was driving pretty far distance out towards like Sandusky. So it was a good drive for me. I was doing a job out there, and and now, when we got to 224, I'm like, holy crap, this is great. But I'm not driving anywhere. So now when the price is 350, 360, 370, etc., or higher, depending where you live, I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I got a full tank of gas. I'm good. Hopefully, by the time I need gas again, it'll be dropped back down. I hope anyway. I hope. Could be why California, because we don't have income. Yeah, maybe that's why. That could be. They got to get their look. They're going to get their money somehow, some way. So regular as high as 489. Massachusetts, yeah. There's also price gouging and profiteering. But yes, absolutely, always has been, always will be. Had the same measure on the ballot last, no property taxes, but nothing about where the money would come from. I pay 15, and so I'm not against. Yeah, but yes, but if you think about it, um, if they eliminated property taxes and let's say they made a sales tax, well, I'm not out buying a lot of stuff, but I think it would be um, and if that works, great. But I think it does take, in my opinion, it does take some of the responsibility off of seniors, which I think that helps. Um, and seniors, if they put it as a sales tax, seniors aren't going out and buying, all kinds of, at least in my case, we're not going out buying all kinds of junk, right? We're already pretty well set up. As a matter of fact, we're trying to declutter, if anything. So I'm just kind of wondering if maybe that would be okay. I haven't really sat down and thought about it, but because they don't tax food unless they start taxing food. I mean, that could be an issue too, because the food prices are already high. Um, if they start taxing food items, that could be trouble. But like I said, somehow they're going to get their money. So Ohio doesn't tax Social Security, though. Yes, correct. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Yeah, California, everything is, and yeah, insurance if you can get it, housing costs. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is. Yeah, Georgia does not tax Social Security either. Yeah. The guys were doing calf raises on a cement edge, but the shadow makes it look like they were floating. Hey, Bill, that was crazy. Um, like I saw the guy on the far left, and he was like doing calf raises, but he looked like normal. But the rest of those people, they were. So you're saying it was a shadow, huh? Yeah, because it looked like they were floating, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, David, I'm glad I can talk for an hour. Actually, we're an hour and 8 minutes without coughing too bad here. So, yeah, 280 zone, the property taxes, and with the housing prices as high as they are, and kids, and I call kids 20s, 30s, even 40s. That's tough because I mean I know how much my property value has gone up since I bought it. And I look at these houses now. I look on Zillow, and I just, occasionally I'll check and see what they're selling houses for. And it's crazy how they're just outrageously priced. Um, and I don't know how a young couple or a young person can even try to buy a house, let alone pay the property taxes. So, yeah, whatever. You remember when they upgraded gas pumps when the gas went over? No, I don't remember that. No, I don't remember that. California has no pipelines. They produce some oil and get some from Alaska. The rest is foreign oil, about 50. Yeah, I've been hearing something about that, Greg. Something because I didn't know that. I didn't know that California brings it in from other countries. I just did not know that. Close to $1 for in state and federal taxes. $1.40. That would it seems it would be higher than that, but that could be accurate. Yeah. States without an income tax food. Oh, they do. Oh, I didn't know that. I have a giant senior announcement. I've decided to go to my 50th high school reunion. Ah, congratulations. I need to see pictures of that one. Send me pictures. When is that? In the summertime? You could see the floating people on Bill's channel. Yeah, check out that short. It's look at the people behind Bill. That's just crazy. Because nowadays, and I'm not. I know Bill wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do AI. But nowadays, I tell you, it's getting so bad, and it's just the beginning of when you see something. Is it real? Fake? I mean, it's bad now. And it's going to get worse. You can't look at something, a picture or a video or anything without thinking it was AI generated. I mean, it's just crazy. I get taxed on 85% of my Social Security. Isn't that great? Yeah. Well, if you make, well, I was wondering if you're over 65, does the standard deduction increase of the 6,000 going to help you? Sadly, right there with you on federal taxes. South Carolina doesn't tax Social Security. Yeah, I think there's only, if I remember, there was only 6 or 7 states that do now, and there were a couple of them on the last November ballot. I think eliminated them. I think there was 2 states that eliminated them in November. 280 zone. They're gonna come or get you coming or going. That's right. The reunion is June 13th. Oh, in Chesterland. Okay. Yeah, you should go. My 50th is not until 2 more years, I think it is. I think it's 2 more years. So I haven't been to any of them. I donated to the last one 5 years or 3 years ago. Or yeah, I don't, whatever it was. Um, I donated to them for something, but I didn't go. I haven't gone. I think I went to the first one at 5 years, and that's been it. So, all right. See you, Dan. Take care. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here too. We were already about an hour and 11 minutes. So, thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. Or Deb. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we'll cut this off now because I gotta go drink my tea and motivate and try to do something here. So I appreciate you being here, and I, barring any regression here, I will be on Saturday, and I'll try to get some videos done, and we'll try to get some back in the groove again. I'll see how it goes. as long as uh, as long as there's no setbacks. Hope Day, new here. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. How we do this? We try to do this every Wednesday at 2 and Saturday night at 7. Um, but we haven't done that for a few weeks. But we're gonna try to get back in the groove again. Yeah, I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. So, like I said, buzz out, and hopefully by Saturday I'll even be a little bit better. We'll see how things go. Thank you all. I appreciate.